So let's continue drawing the lines. What you're going to do is you're going to press the line tool and actually we're going to go to an elbow connector. So draw an elbow connector. And how this works is it kind of does these, you'll see it's a little wacky, but it's looking for the center of a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. And I'm going to pick a weight, like maybe 0.2 from the line weight menu up here. And I'm going to make it black so I can see it. Now, the interesting thing here is sometimes the line connector is a hard tool to use. So I got pretty exasperated with it when I was trying to flip it. So I'm going to show you how to do the other line. Let's copy and paste, Control-C, Control-V, this line, and bring it over here to the judicial side. I want you to go to the Format and click Format Options. So go ahead, Format Options. I want you to go to the right-hand side and look for Size and Rotation. And then we're going to go down to the bottom, we're looking for Flip. I want you to flip this horizontally. And then it matches it up. You might have to, if it's a little crooked, you might have to blow it up a little bit and slightly adjust it so it is the same line. So next, we're going to draw a line that connects the Constitution to Donald Trump. So I'm going to come back up to the line tool, and this time I'm going to pick a straight line. I'm going to draw the line. Now you'll notice the way Google Slides works is line snap. So it's snapping to that center. I want it to go straight though, and it's not straight. So how I get around that is I hold the Command key on a MacBook. If you're using a Chromebook, I'll have to figure out what key it is, but I'm just pressing the Command key, and it's allowing me to put this picture right where I want it. Put this line nice and straight up and down. So go back to putting that. Whoops, I have to make that line now. I want to make it 3 points black so it matches the others. Great. Okay, so now what I need to do is we need to come down and do our two branches of Congress. The two parts of Congress, which for us is the Senate and the House of Representatives. Sorry, let me make this a little easier for you to see. Okay, so in the Congress, we have our Senate, we have our House of Representatives. We know the Senate is 100 members, the House of Representatives is 435 members. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to choose an elbow connector. I'm going to start at Congress, and I'm going to end up at the Senate. I'm going to make this 2 points. I'm going to make it black. And then I'm going to copy, Control-C, and paste it, Control-V. I'm going to kind of get it where I need it, roughly. Then go to Format, Format Options, Size and Rotation, and come down to Flip, and you'll flip it horizontally. If it doesn't quite match up, you might need to blow this up a little bit and slightly get it in order. So I'm going to go back to, if you ever need to zoom, I hit the magnifying glass on the upper left-hand side, and I often pick Fit, which automatically gets it to fit. So we're doing pretty good here. Let's go ahead and put in our background colors. So this is kind of fun. Let's see. So for this, we're going to choose a shape. I'm going to choose a rectangle. And I'm going to make it as big, about as wide as the green rectangle. And you'll see it covers everything up. So let's fix this. The first thing we need to do is remove the border outline color. So press the pencil tool and press transparent. And then I wanted a custom color. So I wanted a really pretty shade of green to come just for it to look good. And what I did for it to be light green, I messed with the transparency. I pulled the transparency down And then to send this to the back, I have to go Arrange, Order, Send to Back. Now, also note the keyboard shortcuts. If you press Command, Shift, and down arrow, you can send that to the back with just the keyboard. But then you can see all your stuff. So now we can copy that one. Hit Control C and Control V. It makes another one. Move it over, and we'll repeat the process. I'm going to pick a color blue. I want it a little lighter, so I'm going to go to Custom Color, and I'm going to pull the transparency down and hit OK. To send it to the back, you go to Arrange, Order, Send to Back. Last but not least, let's do the Supreme Court. Control C, Control V to copy and paste. Let's move it over. Let's change the color to orange. I want it to be a little lighter, so I go to Custom down at the bottom. I'm going to mess with the transparency and make it a little lighter. Yank that down. Hit OK. And then to send that to the back, Arrange, Order, Send to Back. The last thing we want to do is make a few little notes. So let's define what a federal government is. So let's get a text box and drag it over here. Look at your paper and let's type in the definition. The USA is a federal government, is guided by one Constitution, So again, if you have words spelled wrong, right-click on them, and that can help you correct them. Okay, so the USA is a federal government which is guided by one Constitution, in which power is divided between a central larger government and the local, regional, or state government beneath it. I'm going to make it bold just to be pretty, and I think I'm going to turn it gray. Okay, good. So now I just want to note who has the most power. So I'm going to go to Shapes and find a star. Let's see where the star is. Ah, here we go. It's under Callouts. Get a little star. I'm going to put a little star next to the Vice President and return it yellow. Just noting that he's the one with the power. Because now, when you go to the Canadian monarchy, you'll notice that at the head is the Queen, and she's basically only for ceremony. There's virtually no power with the Queen. And remember the constitutions of Canada. Canada has many, many constitutions. It's not just one document, so it's a little more complicated. And then when you're drawing this on your own, you'll draw the Parliament, the Senate, and the House of Commons in the legislative section. And then in the executive session, we didn't talk about the Governor General, but there is a Governor General between the monarch and the Prime Minister. She is also mainly ceremonial. She doesn't have a lot of power. The Prime Minister, who comes under the Governor General, he's the one that has the most power, and he's directly tied to Parliament. He's also a member of Parliament. So you'll see I drew a line here with a little happy face on it, and I put a star next to Justin Trudeau because he has the most power. Canada also has a cabinet. There's 35 members of Canada's cabinet, so I put a little picture of them. And then, of course, their Supreme Court. So hopefully by the time you were through designing both of these, you will have a good idea of not only how to use Google Slides, but also the differences and similarities between a constitutional monarchy and a federal government.